Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hi.
I was looking at Netflix India's channel and I found this ALLU ARJUN fight scene a la Vaikunthapurramloo. I did not read that out loud before hitting the record button.
A la Vaikunthapurramloo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. A la Vaikunthapurramloo. Netflix India, and yeah, I thought this would be a fun thing to react to, so here we go.
Brother, Achunni, my sister's brother.
నీ చెల్లి కత్తిలా ఉందిరా.
Thank you, auntie. అది ఇచ్చేస్తే వెళ్ళిపోతాను.
I thought he was gonna be like, don't
నీ
say that about my
చెల్లిని ఇచ్చి
sister.
ఈ చున్నీ తీసుకెళ్ళు.
Oh, gross.
No, that's not me.
He's like, I'm not involved.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be like blood gushing, not water gushing. That's a much better result. Oh, stepped on her
Oh,
scarf.
nice. And that actually makes sense because he's on wet grass.
You saw that in the trailer. I remember you were like, what?
Did you not see what he just did?
What? That's a cool shot.
It's very Jackie Chan. What's that?
He's wringing the scarf.
Nice.
He just looks so chill doing it too. Oh, this is a bad news. Let go, Matt. Oh, he can't.
No, you can't because
Too
his arm's
bad.
wrapped up in it. Isn't that the guy who was like, no, I don't want any part of this?
No, no.
He's fixing his cuts.
Looking good.
Getting the Shah Rukh Khan and Jackie Chan inspiration all at once.
That's it. Oh man, I wanted more.
That's why you gotta watch the film. That's,
know.
That's the whole point of the ad, is to make you watch the movie.
I know that was a good ad. It was pretty fun.
It was a very well put together fight scene. It's interesting to see how they're balancing that blend of, because you know, with certain South Indian fight scenes, you'll see from Telugu or Tamil cinema, I forget which exactly does it more, but you see that kind of exaggerated, hyper-realistic action.
Right, like the bouncing.
Yeah, the bouncing off the ground and stuff like
yeah.
that. You didn't see that here, but you did see the sliding, but it made sense in the context of the scene because he's on wet grass, so he would slide. Unlike on dirt, where people are like just sliding on their heads across the dirt. It's still exaggerated, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
I think that's the thing. Like, I'm not watching this and going, this is a realistic fight. 100%, this is not how a real fight looks like. Although
ACHARA would know.
I was gonna follow that.
No,
with,
but
I've
you would
never
know.
actually-
Yes, you have. You were ringside doing one of your bikini cheerleader things for that
that's
Thai boxing
true.
fight. So
that's
you saw.
true. I did. I wasn't in a bikini, but I did. I
She
was
was
a ring.
naked.
No.
Blood sport. Thailand's a funny place.
This was in London.
Sorry.
But it was a Thai boxing match and I was a ring girl. I could wear like normal clothes. So I was wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
You were wearing a sweater.
Yeah, I was. I was just like,
Sweatpants.
round 3, fight.
And flip-flops.
Yeah, no, pretty much. But I've also worked at a UFC fight too, and that was pretty intense. It does not look like this. Like, no one's just floating around, just like,
Well, slow motion.
trying to hold on to the scarf.
I know, but it's slow motion. But I mean, it's fancy. It's like, well, like I
Yeah.
said, I mean, it's getting obvious inspiration from the likes of Jackie Chan. But then I like how he added in that flair, the Indian flair, I guess you could say, because it's more common with like Shah Rukh Khan and whatnot, with the hair and whatnot as he's moving forward.
Yeah.
Or I guess since it's South, right, it would be Rajnikanth, who would do something like that. I mean, I never associate Rajnikanth with touching his hair. I associate it more with the glasses and the gum or the cigarette. But
Or maybe that's just an ALLU ARJUN thing, because he's so cool. I love...
Shah Rukh Khan did it first. You gotta, you know, give credit where credit's due. Shah Rukh Khan did that first. He's been around
Okay,
longer.
but I'm just saying that in the South,
Yeah.
maybe that's an ALLU ARJUN thing. I don't know. I don't think I've watched any ALLU ARJUN movies. I think I've seen him do fight scenes and music videos, and he's an incredible dancer,
He is.
and that translates really well into this fight scene because they're using his natural dance ability to do these fights.
I thought the fight was very creative in the use of the scarf, like the way that they were making that into a weapon, because even when it got wrapped up in the ball, usurped your expectations, because the thing you're anticipating is that he's going to whip it around and somehow it was floating in front of him.
Yeah.
I guess it was all bullet time because it was happening so fast. The jets of water hitting it, and it's going, and so he happens to catch it before it falls down is, I think, the idea, as opposed to it just floating there because gravity suspends itself for a minute. And when he whips it around, the expectation is that he's going to fling the ball into the guy, but instead he uses the scarf and whips that into the guy. You usurped my expectations because I didn't know that was going to happen. I was sure that it was going to be the ball used as a projectile weapon. But then on top of that, there's a lot of flair in the fight scene, and I think that's what's so neat about this. As the guy flips into the air, he's got the scarf in his hand and it's kind of billowing in the air. And stuff like that is always just pretty to look at when you got like a spectacle of sparkles, not sparkles, but like confetti on the screen when the powder's on the person's chest and they get kicked and it's
the particle effect.
Yeah, the particle effect, or something billowing like hair. That's Bollywood or India's obsessed with like the billowing hair because it looks cool. Here they use the scarf in a similar manner because it just triggers something in our brain that goes, oh, that's pretty. You know?
It is pretty. It's because of the fabric and the way it moves, and they do that in a lot of music videos as well. You know, like you've got the beautiful sari or the dress that's just like billowing in the wind, and it's gorgeous.
Just to add to the flair and stylization of this that I think makes this rock is his outfit, because generally speaking, like he pulled inspiration from Jackie Chan, right? That's the last time I'm going to say that. Typically when you see a Jackie Chan fight scene, he just happens to be in apparel that is more suited for fight scenes, right? The only one I can think of where that's not the case off the top of my head is Rush Hour, where he's in a more formal outfit for some reason.
Right.
Like Jackie Chan's whole getup in that movie was not great. His haircut and his suit was just kind of funny looking. That's the only instance I can think of off the top of my head where he was in a more traditional outfit, whereas like ALLU ARJUN here, he's just got like the button-up shirt with the nice shoes and the pants that are form-fitted. It's harder to move in that, and he still looks good, and he's still doing the badass movement with the fight. I think that's cool, and I like the way it was shot. I like the use of the slow motion here. It wasn't offensive to me at all, because sometimes it's like just too much. It's like, what the hell? You know, like just let me see the fight. But this is stylized and done in a, for lack of a better word, a tasteful manner.
You know, my favorite bit though was the ringing of the water. I just thought that was so hilarious. It just reminded me of laundry. That's why. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is doing him a favor by wringing out the water from the scarf. I don't know, I've just never seen that before, especially in the context of a fight scene. It just made me giggle.
The only context in which I've seen someone wringing water out was laundry in a Yuan Biao. I mentioned this before on the channel where he's doing like the laundry martial arts thing and he wrings it out with his toes, and then it's like that's the only instance I can think of where martial arts and that was used together. I wasn't even thinking of him wringing out the scarf. I just thought that it was an instance where he was trying to hold on and he couldn't.
Yeah, no, but that's what it was. But then he inadvertently ended up wringing out the scarf. And it was also like the way it was shot as well.
George Clooney'd him.
You saw, from Gravity. But like you just saw his expression, his reaction when he's like sliding away. And I thought that was really cool.
That was a reference to Gravity, where you had an Indian character whose face was never shown. You saw a faceless Indian. It was terrible. You just saw him dead because he got hit by a meteor at the beginning of the movie, or an asteroid thing, or some space debris. Not great. Another thing that I think is so cool about this is the idea that anything can be used as a weapon. And I feel like if you're like a good martial artist, you can literally pick up anything and weaponize it. And it's just awesome that it's like... I don't necessarily agree with that. I think if you're a good choreographer, you can certainly integrate anything into a fight scene. Not everyone is Jason Bourne, okay? Not everyone knows how to take a pen and stab it in someone's hand. Like...
I know how to do that.
Yeah.
No, I don't, actually. But I do know how to hurt people with a pen.
I think a better reference would be John Wick. Because John Wick can literally take a pencil and kill you with it. And Bourne Identity actually made me upset. Because there was this setup with the pen, and he like looks for something, and he finds the pen, and he stabs it in the guy's hand. And the guy simply goes... He keeps fighting. I'm like, what was the point of that? It was so stupid.
It was to show that the guy was badass.
No, and then there was a similar thing in The Dark Knight, which was amazing, where Heath Ledger sets up the pencil on the table. He goes, I'm gonna make it disappear. Then he slams the guy's face into it, and he goes, ta-da! Not a fight scene at all, but it was amazing nonetheless. Like, the whole audience was like, oh my god. Okay, I didn't mean to dismiss you. You're saying a good martial artist can literally take anything and make it into a weapon. I don't know that that's necessarily true. I mean, if you're trained with weapons of a variety, then sure, you can probably figure out how to adapt something into a tool of some kind.
Well, I'm only saying that because like I took ninjutsu for all of like 2 weeks. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say all of 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, like it may as well have been 2 minutes, the amount of ninjutsu that I know.
The amount that you've retained.
That I've retained, no. But the thing that was cool about it is this idea of using everyday objects. Because ninjutsu is basically, it was invented by a bunch of farmers who wanted to defend themselves, right? So it's like, okay.
That makes it sound so much less cool, but all right.
Well, but that's what it was.
I know.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, look, here's a hoe. And a garden hoe. Not your generic street variety.
Here's a slut.
No. Yeah, no, but like, and like ninja stars, it's all about like things that you can use, little bits of wood like that. And I just thought that's so cool to be able to just use everyday objects and repurpose them in order for self-defense or to attack. And so here he is doing the same thing with a scarf, and a wet scarf as well. Like, I'm sure you've smacked your brother with a towel before.
Sure.
Like, that hurts.
Yes.
So a wet scarf.
Yes, I get it. It's
painful.
I'm just still stuck on the notion that ninjutsu was invented by farmers. Like, I did not know that. I thought
didn't?
I thought it was invented by like Japanese people in the mountains or something. Like,
well, yeah,
like Shaolin Kung Fu. Like, it's just I thought it had a more mystical origin or something.
Because they were being terrorized and like.
I didn't know the story.
Samurai, they're more of like the high class, honorable, whatever. Ninjas. Not so. And they don't care about their weapons. They use their weapons. They will leave their weapons. You will not see a samurai leave his sword because it's special. Whereas ninjas are just like,
well, yeah, sure.
we got to kill and go.
It's just, I just didn't know that. I mean, like, I think about an interesting origin story like capoeira. You know, it's invented by slaves who had to disguise their martial arts through dancing.
Also
like,
very cool.
That's an interesting origin. But like to know it was invented by farmers because they were bored. Like,
Not because they were
I know they weren't bored. I'm just joking. Jesus. Stop being so serious, ACHARA.
I love ninjas.
Okay. Because they were bored. They just started, what do you call it? Making ninja stars.
Yeah, no.
Brandishing ninja stars as a means of just like,
Yeah. Stealthy.
Gotta get rid of our kids somehow. They don't listen.
No.
You kill one, the others fall in line.
Wow, that's dark.
That's
Jaby
Japanese.
Koay.
That's Japanese culture. You just knock one out, and then the rest go, okay, I don't want to get killed, and so they listen to their parents. That's why they're all quiet.
I feel like we have to say that you're joking. That's just called discipline.
Because they're afraid of dying, because they saw their brother get killed by their parents.
Discipline.
That's why there's so many. There's just like this epidemic of children getting killed by their Japanese parents. Wow. You know.
How did we get here?
That's a joke. I'm really talking about China. Oh, too dark. Too. Is that too soon?
You did not just go there.
Is that too soon? You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I am Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.